The general form of a linear equation is a third way to describe a line. The first way that we learned was the y equals mx plus b, where m is the slope and the b is the y-intercept. We also learned the point-slope form, where m is the slope and x1 and y1 are x and y coordinates on the line. So the third way is this form, ax plus by plus c equals 0. This is called the general form. And the general form has to be written with a and b as whole number coefficients and c as whole number coefficients as well. And a must be positive. Okay, so that's important for general forms. We keep the a value positive. So if we're given a y equals mx plus b form, we can rewrite it in the general form. Okay, and what that entails then is we want to just make sure that the coefficient on the x, in this case the 3, is going to be the same as the coefficient on the x. Okay, so that's going to be our a value. We just need to make sure to keep that positive. We need to make it equal to 0. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to subtract y from both sides. So I end up with 0 on one side. I keep my positive 3x minus y minus 2, and there's my general form of the equation, where this value here represents a, the negative 1 represents b, should be negative 1 here, right? And the negative 2 represents my c value. So a equals 3, b equals negative 1, and c equals negative 2. They're all whole numbers, and a is positive. So to make a positive, and make this a whole number, the first thing I'm going to do is I'm going to get rid of that divide by 5 with a times 5. So I end up with negative 2x plus 25. Okay, we need to keep the coefficient on x positive, so I'm going to, instead of moving the y's to the right hand side, I'm going to get rid of the x on the left hand side, and we're going to end up with x's on our right hand side. We also need to make it equal to 0, so I need to subtract the 25, so I'm going to minus 25 from this side as well. It's starting to get messy, so I need to make sure I account for everything. Okay, so there's 0 pair here, so I end up with 2x positive 5y minus 25 equals 0. So now I have my general form, where a is equal to 2, b is equal to 5, and c is equal to negative 25. So there's my general form. So this is my slope-intercept form. An equivalent general form equation, it looks like this. So it's going to be 2x plus 5y minus 25 equals 0. So I'll do the same thing here. I'm going to get rid of that fraction, the divide by 5, with a times 5. So then 5y, 9x, make sure you multiply every part of that equation. You distribute that out. So I've gotten rid of the fraction, so that's my general form, doesn't have fractions. I'm going to then keep my x coefficient positive. That means I'm going to move the y to this side. So there's my equal to 0, 9x minus 5y minus 40, and I can identify my a coefficient as 9, my b is negative 5, and my c is negative 40.